All right, so I guess this is our first Hangouts call for the year. Who wants to go ahead and start?
Testing.
Does
Testing,
it
testing.
does it work for you?
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Just needed to make sure that somebody can hear me.
Okay. So I guess I can go first. Really, the main bug fix that I did this week, I guess, was the video, which I didn't realize was wrong until someone pointed out to me. I guess that's why it received a dislike. So yeah,
Which video is this?
this was the intro to OpenGL video. I accidentally
Yes,
told them to do the
Yeah. I had a lot of issues with that.
I mean, it's pretty much fixed now, so it should be good for anyone else.
That was actually the thing that I kind of thought about presenting, was actually going through and doing a write-up of that tutorial, where on some place where people can edit it and maybe fix changes.
I mean, that's pretty good because, I mean, PowerPoint videos take like 20 minutes to build, at least on my computer. So that'd probably be a good idea. I mean, anything else on the video at least?
Come again?
Anything else on the video? Like, is that all there really was?
Well, there was the type ascription error that I got. I don't know if you had.
Oh wait, was that from his video or was that from it? I got a type description error too, but I don't think it was from following his video.
I got a type ascription error when I was following the video. They, gosh.
Was it the Matrix one?
Yeah, I got that error when I was following the Matrix one.
They were basically trying to like cast a set of 3 coordinates into a single vec4, and the way they were doing it was just giving an error. I'm not sure if it's because Rust updated and that was no longer a valid way of doing it, but I could not do it.
I mean, Rust is supposed to be this like super safe language. Could you tell me like where it was in the video?
Hold on. Let me actually.
Wait, were you not able to fix it?
No, I was able to fix it, but not by following what they were doing.
Yeah, same.
And I spent forever and a half trying to figure out why what I was doing was wrong when it obviously worked for them.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a Rust nightly issue. I'm trying to find it. Was it towards the end of the video?
Hold on. Right. Yeah, it was towards the end of the video. Where is it? Oh, and then there was 2 points in the video where we used 3 for shader. No, the fragment shader. They had a tribute or whatever at 9:37 in the intro to OpenGL, they had attribute vec3 position, and then they had
in the intro to OpenGL.
Yeah. Like I said, is there a? Well, I guess I can put it in the. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I fixed this one.
Well, if you, darn it. Problem is I'm doing this on my computer, and then I only have the chat on my phone.
Oh, got it.
Because it doesn't let you do multiple clients connected at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the stupid share button? At that point, they had GL position equals vec4, etc. And then the first time that they showed it,
GL position equals what?
vec4 position, comma 1.0.
Oh, right. I remember that.
And then they had earlier in the video, and I'm trying to find it, they had a point where they showed using vec4, or using vec4 for the input.
I'm like 75% sure I fixed it on the PowerPoint.
All right.
I mean,
then that's
I'm on
great.
Linux right now. Yeah, but that one should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Zero, do you want to talk about your bug?
Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can share my screen. That might be better.
Yeah.
Right,
actually, I could have done that.
All right,
Darn.
can you see this? Cool. All right.
Is it real? Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm gonna run the version that I just cloned straight off the website. Let me go to my desktop and go into the folder. I'm just gonna run it. And this is the problem that I had when I tried to run it straight off from downloading it, is I would run it and it just immediately crash. And thanks to Cronfawi, he helped me figure out where this is going wrong. So this over here, error value, OpenGL version not supported over in main. So this is the one that I downloaded straight off, or cloned straight off from online. And this over here apparently ES. So OpenGL ES, OpenGL embedded systems, apparently it's not supported on Mac. It's supported on different, I think it's supported on Windows and Linux, but I know it's supported mostly on like phones,
It should
vehicles.
It should be supported on Linux. I mean, on Mac, but the library doesn't support it.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
So because it's not downloaded on Mac, the easiest way to fix it is just to delete it. But what I did with just a rudimentary proof of concept for what could be a bug fix is first set it with the ES over here, but make it mutable. And then I only checked for the target OS being a Mac for now, but you could put in like different target OSs that are known to have this problem, and then just change it to without the ES here. So if I go back and run this version, it works fine.
Okay.
That was my OpenGL task. All right. So it's not a fully fleshed out bug fix, but it's kind of a proof of concept for how it could be made, how bug fixes could be made. Yeah. Any questions?
So the main reason that OpenGL ES was really used for that task was that it kind of goes hand in hand with the WebGL one, or the WebAssembly one, I guess. So because yeah, and so I guess you'd have to change that if you ever wanted to put it on the web. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Wixwin, I still can't. I just can't say it. But do you want to present your bug fix or tutorial?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Maybe let me share my screen first. Yeah, I have made a PowerPoint to make sure that I can share it clearly. Can everyone see my screen now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Okay. I'm here to share some or record something that I learned this week. It's basically material, and yes, generally we will do this thing when working as a team, and it's just a circle where make some changes and commit it like circle. And what I share today is basically this thing with some basic comment. And this is some word that were used in Mercurial. The first is working directory, means the current change that you are in. And branches is, these branches can be set in different purpose. Like in a project, you can have many branches like main branches, main branch, debug branch, new plugin branch, etc. And each time you make a commit, it will become a change state in the graph or a node in a graph, which I'll show later. And this command is for showing the changes about files. It's basically on files, so there are many labels to have different meanings about how these files go. And this command will show the summary of the working directory. And it will show basically on the previous commits information. And the log command, I think, is pretty powerful because you can use the small p flag to check all of the patch. And also the big G, it will output with a graph. But I think it's not that clearly to use the built-in graph, so maybe some graphical version of Mercurial will help. So, and is the head command. The head command, after some commits, HG will output the message created new head, like I showed on the screenshot. And it's because you have made a new head, like the graph shown at the right. The 14 and 15 change sets are both leading but separated, so they are both heads. And the command heads can show the heads in the repository of your heads will be shown like this. And this is another example. The 10 and 11 node is known as heads. And the merge command, we often use this when we finish our work and are about to save the files we made. And we will merge our change state to the default branch or other branch you want, but it haven't been committed like its output. This is the graph of HTMerge. You can see that it haven't been committed. After you commit, it will be like this. It will become a new node. And the branches command will list out all of the branches now in the repository. And the branch command is used to create a new branch from the working directory. You can see now my working directory is here, but I have created a branch right after it. And after adding a new branch, you can also see which branch is this change set in log output. And this command will close the branch, so it won't be one of the heads in your repository anymore. And after that, you can merge them with the default branch. And this is the graphical about. This is the graph about branches, like 26 and 27. I have closed it, and it will become a line. And after that, you can merge them with the merge command. Yeah, and that's pretty it, which I learned this week.
So, do you happen to have anything in particular that defines Mercurial from Git?
You mean when how I use this or what?
Well, I mean, what I was going to present was using GitHub in particular with
Yes.
Git and code sharing and that sort of stuff. Is there anything in particular? Because I noticed that you used HG merge, which I guess is push in Git, HG diff, those kinds of things. Is there anything in particular that Mercurial has that Git does not, or that's easier?
I'm not sure because I'm not very known which command that Git has, but I know that HG has bundle and diff, like you said. So maybe you can show your tutorial first, and I can see where is the difference between them.
Yeah, I actually think that the only thing that I haven't seen with Git is the HG bundle, where you have a file that's, I guess, just a list of like an output of the diff, and then you look at it. I'm not actually sure how that part works. All right, so what I kind of wanted to do was a live demo of the process of getting started with GitHub and sharing code, because I know that one of the big issues that a lot of students have is they've got a bug in their particular code, and it's pretty difficult to share the entire code base in chat. So if it wants to show it.
Are you sure Git doesn't have like some sort of equivalent to bundle?
As far as I have seen, let me check.
I think Mercurial's bundle is super compressed, right? And so it takes a lot of time to like unpack and repack.
It looks like it does have a bundle. I've never used it. For some, I know why it won't show my entire screen, like for screen recording for whatever reason, but it won't show the terminal. Like I can show you GitHub for whatever reason, but I can't actually show you the other screens. Hold on. Can you give me 10 seconds to log out and then log back in? I know how to fix this. It's just...
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I just need to log out and then log back in. I'm using Wayland for Linux, and it doesn't support screen sharing right now.
Oh, display drivers and whatnot?
Well, it's a replacement for X11 or Xorg.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And it doesn't support screen sharing. So there's been some workarounds, and it looks like Chrome can record its own windows, but can't record other windows.
Okay.
That makes sense. I will be right back.
Okay.
Testing, testing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's see if screen sharing will work. All right. You guys can see everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So in order to create a Git repository, literally all you have to do, well, actually do that here. Projects, create a file, name it whatever. In this case, I'll do just open it up. Open up a terminal. This is the exact same for, you can use, what's it called? Not the PowerShell, or the same thing for, the same thing for Mac OS. You do git init, and then it creates an empty Git repository inside that file. Any files that you add, like README, you can, you can check to see what's in there and what's changed since your last commit, since I haven't done anything. Doing git diff will show me that nothing has changed. Let's see. Doing git add period will add everything. Oh, sorry. Git diff will not show anything because that's looking at the difference in between the current and the pass, or the current directory and its past directory. Since there's nothing, that won't show anything. Git status will show you what files have been changed or added. In this case, I've got one new file, the readme.md. I've added it to the next commit. So you can selectively add different files to the commit. If we want to remove a particular file from the next commit, say it's a configuration file, we can do git remove readme.md. It's rm, I think. Readme.md. Following changes. So bad with this. Sorry. There we go. And then that removed it from the commit, but did not remove the actual file. In this case, git add the README, and then if we want to, sorry, I'm no good at talking. If we want to add it, we or commit the changes, we do git commit. And then if you want to add a comment detailing what you just added or changed or did to the repository, then you do -m and then in quotes do initial commit. And then this actually wants, because I haven't set up, this is a new account and stuff. And then git commit initial commit, that's added it. If you look at git history, what is it? It's I'm sorry, I'm blanking out right now. That doesn't particularly matter. Next, what I'm going to do is on GitHub, which is where most people are going to see your code. You can create a repository. In this case, just do that. You can set it to private, but that on GitHub, you can't do that with GitLab. You can. They're similar platforms, but they allow you to do code sharing, create repository. Copy this line, paste it, and then copy this line, paste it, and then it'll ask you for your username and password. And then if you refresh, it's right there. If I make any changes to this, all I have to do is add them, commit them, and then you and then push them, and then they will show up here. I know that a lot of Google Code students have some experience with Git. And I know that Terrassology in particular works with Git a lot, and there are pull requests that you can do, and the user interface is a lot more intuitive than Mercurial. Blech. What else was there? I had a list of things, but I lost the list. Any questions?
I mean, not really, but like, what does it, like, what separates it out from Git? I guess, like, I've used GitHub a lot, but I don't really see the difference between version control, if that makes sense.
Yeah. In terms of version control, it's very similar. I mean, in terms of like family of version control, Mercurial and Git are much closer than like SVN or Brazier. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I've heard of SVN, not the other one.
But the big thing for me is the fact that it's supported by companies like GitHub,
or
where
Microsoft now.
Yeah, Microsoft Linux uses it.
Mhm.
It was created by Linus Torvalds, but for me, my biggest thing is like I've been working with Terrassology or moving blocks for the Google Code and stuff.
Mhm.
And if I have a question about why is this not working, can somebody look at it? All I have to do is link this. They have all of the code. You have like the readme.md is automatically displayed right here. So I've got details about it. And then I've been using this repository for a task set. They've got a series of tasks instead of a single task. Like the first one was to create and ignore my slow internet. A terrain generator. It shows those images. It allows you to easily have a way of looking at different repositories in a much nicer fashion than just HG pull or HG clone, and then you having the repository. There's actually a format, directions, that sort of stuff that you can add to it.
I mean, at the same time, though, you can still look at Mercurial code online. It's not like it's stopping you.
Yeah, taking, again, Terrassology. This is my own fork. This is my own copy online. If you wanted to share your code, you can share the bundle, but there's not necessarily a single way of sharing that bundle, especially linking it. And two, especially when what you're wanting to do with the bundles, right, is look at the changes that somebody has made. With GitHub, literally all you do is just click, and then you can see the changes that I made. And this isn't actually a good example. Where's my because I haven't actually messed with their main repository. Take my monkey generator, right? 6 commits. I can take updated readme.md to reflect current progress. I click on it, and then it's showing me the lines that I added, the things that I removed, and in a very simple and concise manner compared to what Mercurial is. If I, for instance, go monkey generator, all right, so for my GitHub repository for that, I've got this source main Java lakes provider.java that I haven't pushed yet. Doing itdiff will show me exactly what I've changed. In this case, I've literally just changed one line. If I want to add that, I can easily do just git add and then git commit. Change noise, git push. And then the next time anybody looks at this, it says 15 seconds ago, I changed the noise. And then you can see exactly that. Am I making sense?
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously GitHub's like providing a much better, I guess, front end for, I mean, definitely students that want to get into coding and want to get into source control. I definitely don't know enough about it to like argue for or against Mercurial, but I'm sure like Art probably does know why.
I mean, to be fair, there is not a whole lot of difference, especially when like the command line interface is very similar.
I think it's like GitHub and GitLab, like their GUIs are what make Git, like at least, now so great.
And then GitHub, of course, is not self-hosted, which some can consider a downside, but GitLab itself, they have all their source code available, and there are plenty of guides of doing it yourself. I like Git because it's what I've had the most experience with, especially when it comes to open source projects. There's a GitHub repository for almost everything, and it makes it really easy to get accustomed to things if there's a unified version control system.
I'm gonna check the license on some of the code really quickly, because I just realized that that might be what is keeping it necessarily from being on GitHub.
GitHub does. I don't think that they don't have any license restrictions if it's open source software. Like, they don't control anything.
I feel like if it's not like MIT though, then you can't really enforce some of the restrictions on like open source software.
I mean, like, if you create a new repository, one of the things that they have is right here, add a license, and then they have all of these licenses that they provide templates for already.
Oh, okay.
They have the Eclipse Public License 2.0, the BSD, MIT, GNU, GPL. They have a whole bunch. As far as I know, there are no. I mean, like Copyleft, licenses, they don't have a problem with. If you have any sort of restrictive license on like redistribution, that might be an issue. I don't know if you have any for your code.
I'm actually like trying to check like libsware really quickly. Oh, I have the license file. Yeah. GNU, I guess. So let me check Python then.
I'm pretty sure Python has a
GNU, yeah. So both of them are GNU. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, my gripe is more
like the front end.
Yeah, the front end is kind of hit and miss, I guess. And when it comes to like with Terrasolology, I keep coming back to it, but I just like how they've handled their stuff. The issue tracker, for example. With what we have now, I cannot commit any sort of changes or make any pull requests or anything to the code myself.
Oh, you need to get like permission.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With Terrasolology, obviously I can't commit directly to their repository, but all I have to do is fork it, and it's going to say that I already have a fork there, but and then I can make whatever edits I want to this, which I actually have proposed some changes to the engine. They're missing a couple of features, and all I have to do is on pull requests, hit new pull request, and then click create pull request. And then they can review the changes So looking at the pull requests that they have currently, actually, I think it's sample. Sample? I don't remember what it was. I have the repositories somewhere. Modules. Yeah, sample. Why didn't it show up? My profile. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't show up there. I created for their sample library of sample assets. I created a pull request for, where's mine? Add a custom block shape, right? And then these are my 2 edits. Add a barrel and change full side to false for the top and bottom. And all they have to do is look, barrel.shape I added. It's a, this is actually a JSON file, but yeah, here we have barrel.shape, and then you can see exactly what I changed or what I added. And then all they have to do is on this, there is a button at the bottom, right where this is, that says merge. Click that, and then it's done.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it works the same way as far as like our clicking commits. I mean, the real thing is like you just need to ask them for permission. I was looking over the license, and the wording that it used was everyone is permitted to copy and distribute verbatim copies of this license document, but changing it. Oh wait, never mind. What?
I mean, if it's the GNU GPL, then it should be compatible.
That's
Because,
true.
I mean, it's GitHub. I don't think that there's a single FOSS license that they don't support, because by definition, there are not restrictions to like copying, redistributing maybe, but not taking the source code and doing anything with it yourself.
I'm pretty sure you can find like previous tests for GitHub. I mean, for libsoy and pysoy on GitHub, actually.
You know, I was looking like at Copyleft and trying to find stuff, and I found a single GitHub repository that was like Copyleft games, and then it had a license and a bunch of other random files, and that was it from like 4 years ago.
Okay.
But I'm not sure anything about it.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess you can probably like ask Arc if you do want it to be on GitHub.
Yeah, there have been multiple suggestions about that, I know.
Well, anyone else want to discuss anything?
Yes, I'm not sure I know about how to do the text about web chats, because I don't know how to modify the code or how to
hold on.
run the. Yeah, could you guys please show me how to?
Yeah, I'm
what's
doing
the
that
way
right
to
It's
do
like
that kind of task?
you go to hg.copyleftgames.org, right? Wait, are you talking about the repo or like actually modifying it?
Like you're talking about the namespace thing, where you're adding the hello world thing to the chat?
No, like the maybe showing the GIFs.
Right. Okay, I can show you that. Let me screen share.
Others.
Yeah, that's something I'd like to be able to see as well.
Okay, I'll go ahead and screen
do
share that.
effects or other things. I'm not very sure.
Okay, I don't know if everyone can see this or not, but
I can see that now.
okay, so basically, if you go to hg.copyleftgames.org, it's a collection of all the repos, like all the important ones at least, that you're going to use for the tasks. And so if you go to media, that's the real like main, the web chat one really. And then, you can HG clone this repo in the command line, but in browse, it basically shows you all of the code really that the web chat uses. And for the image one specifically, I believe it was in handlers. It was this thing right here. This function needs to change for that task.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. So so to commit this or to complete this task, the thing I need to do is to upload the bundle or to share some else to mentors.
I think you actually have to commit the changes to the repo, and you can get permission for that if you just ask Arc.
All right. Okay, I got it.
I'm pretty sure all of the web chat code is here. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Yeah.
Wait, so does the code use Python and JavaScript, or does it use something else?
It uses Python. I don't know the specific framework it uses to actually get the server running, to be honest. But handlers.py is where the image stuff is. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it, unless someone else wants to ask something.
I don't have anything.
Me either.
No.
Yeah, okay. So I guess we'll have another one of these next week, but I guess that pretty much wraps it up then.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to do?
Here.